Senator, you are someone who wanted much greater seismic retrofitting of schools and of the Capitol. Where are we?
Well, the survey that we did in '07 said there were 1,000 schools at risk, really dangerous risk. And we've only taken care of them, about 200 of them. So that tells you where we're at. And we've approved $100 million more last session, but these school districts have got to apply. They've got to come in and say they need the money, and they got to follow up. And so apparently the word went out as a result of that. I didn't know it, but the school board's person called me and said, we're doing town hall meetings, and we're going to pound that and pound that and pound that. I said, somebody better pound it. So we're not where we should be with the schools. There are schools out there that right today or have children in them right as we speak that are very vulnerable should this thing hit. And because of what happened in Mexico, but also in China a few years ago, we were in bad shape. So, we've been talking about this for a long time now, and we've made strides. But we still know we've got a lot of kids that are very much at risk, and that we're not doing all we should. So I don't know what else to give you than that. We're talking more about making sure bridges don't collapse and highways are still operational and airports. And that's good. I get it all. But we always have to come back talking about the kids in the schools.
Why haven't schools been more aggressive?
Well, I'm not going to get into that. I mean, you know the answer. I said earlier, everything comes down to the parents. We even passed legislation that every school district had to send statements out by email, I believe, Rob and Maxey, to the parents, showing the exact condition of their school in terms of retrofitting. And we thought that that would help motivate parents to come to their school board to say, we're not sending our kids to this school anymore until you retrofit it. But I don't know. I just wonder, somehow people think, well, it hasn't happened in so long, maybe it's not going to happen, or there's other priorities. There's, there's other things we want to talk about that are more higher priorities than this thing hitting, because they just can't envision the thing of how horrible it's going to be. I mean, I don't have any more profound answer for you than that.
This interview is taking place in the Capitol, which is in worse shape than many schools.
Well, you shouldn't have asked me that, because you should not, your children or your grandchildren should not be in the old Capitol. We should shut it down. It should be banned right now. I mean, we're being very reckless and irresponsible that allow busload after busload of kids come in here in the old Capitol, and we do, and we should not allow that. They should not allow that. The Capitol is very bad. And at Christmas time here, they come in, huge choral groups, sing beautifully on the steps under the rotunda, and terribly dangerous. Should not allow any of that. It should all be stopped until we retrofit the Capitol. We were going to do it, and politically, they got scared and they drew back. So this building, which is a classroom, I don't know, several thousand students come in here every year. They've measured it, and they're terribly at risk because we bring them in. We want to introduce them from the floor up in the galleries. We want them in the rotunda. We have these guides that take them to all these places, to film all these great places. The building is completely gone with any kind of earthquake, and any kid's ear is going to get killed, and we know it. Every legislator, if they don't know it, they're held to constructive knowledge, and it's one of the most irresponsible, reckless thing that any legislative body in the country is tolerating, because they're tolerating the people's building, the children's civic classroom, #1 civic classroom in the state, to be at total risk to taking their lives if the earthquake hits.
So why don't you ban field trips?
Because they can't. I have to have I would have to have the agreement of the House and others, and I'm not going to get it.